Hi, you're watching a K-Learn Quick Connect. I'm Deanne Conrad, and this is Lisa Riggs. She's one of our instructional coaches. She's joining us today to tell us a little bit about the middle school report cards. Last year we saw a change in them. Describe what the change is for those who might be having children that are coming up to the middle schools in a couple of years.
Sure. I think the biggest change is parents will no longer see just one grade for each core class or encore class. It's not going to just say math with a letter grade. We've decided to take those and break them down by learning topics so that the information that parents get tells them a little bit more about where their student is academically.
So, for example, if we were talking about math, there wouldn't be just a math score, first quarter, second quarter, third, and fourth.
Right. So it's going to take, and it might say something like fractions and decimals, and the student would have a grade for that particular learning topic, or something with algebra. In English language arts, it may say reading comprehension or writing, something with writing, so that it narrows down what the student actually can and can't do, and it gives us a target and a place to start to help that student.
How are teachers using that information then once they have it?
Sure. They will take that information, and that's how they start to devise their lessons. So if they have a group of students that are really struggling with fractions and decimals, they'll now see that a little quicker than we would have had we just been putting in their assignments and getting that one overall grade.
And then averaging out the grades and not really knowing where the trouble spot might be.
Exactly. And the other thing that we've done too is separated some of the learning behaviors. So in a student's grade for math or social studies or language arts, they're not going to factor in whether or not an assignment was late or participation. Those types of things are now recorded separately in what we call our learning behaviors. So they'll have an academic grade that strictly shows what that student knows, and then a behavior under 3 different categories for learning behaviors that show some of the other information about that student.
Okay, so this is a pretty significant change.
Yes.
What happens if a parent has a question when they get the report card? Because there's a lot more information on the report card now.
Yes, feel free to contact the teachers, and they'll be able to explain it to you, because there are some percentages involved. Infinite Campus, if they log into Infinite Campus, they can also see a breakdown of what those percentages are, what assessments were used for each learning topic, and that would give them even more information.
And Infinite Campus now has an easier way for parents to access grades for students.
Yeah, Infinite Campus actually has an app for Apple iPads. I think there's even a Google one and an Android one as well.
Okay, so parents could just load that onto their device, pop in and check out the grades right there.
Yep, there's a code that they will get, and if they don't know that code, they could contact their school, and when they log into it, their student's name comes up, and it tracks attendance, grades, and they can go into each. In our level, they can go into each core area and see the breakdown of the learning topics for that.
Okay, so shouldn't be any surprises come conference time then.
Exactly. We can track them all the way through and know exactly where their learning is at any point in time.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us, Lisa. And thank you for joining us on K-Learn Quick Connect.